So it's been a little while since I've featured 9.4 on the channel, and they sent this over for review. This is the production model of their chronograph. You can see it comes in their new box. It has their new logo. The box is sort of has a geometric pattern on it, and then of course here's a logo, sort of like a shield. They updated that just a little while ago, and that was because of feedback that they got from their customers, and that's pretty damn cool. I really like when a company listen, and that's really good. It says 9.4 right here. It's heavily padded. It's just like a leatherette box. And of course, I think this retailed for around $200 when it was on pre-order, and now I think it's around that price still. It's not that much more expensive, but I'll put a link to the website down below in the description. So if you are interested in this watch, definitely check out their website. This is the fully loomed dial version, black subdials as you can see, and then you get sort of a baby blue second hands and a chronograph hand. So there's chronograph second hand there, and then the subdials, you get those in a baby blue color. There's actually pretty good depth to this dial because you get a very sloped chapter ring, domed sapphire crystal, of course, a very sloped chapter ring, and then of course the dial, which has applied indices, and then there's like a step down from the dial into those subdials that are in black. So you have sort of a black track that is part of the upper part of the dial, and then the lower part of the dial is the actual subdial portion. Very cool, very nice setup on here. And as I mentioned, even the chronograph hand is in that baby blue color. You get dagger hand, sort of an arrow second hand, and then applied indices, and you get an applied logo. I think you get 100 meters of water resistance with this as well. Obviously, you could see the sweep to the second hand there. This is a Meca-Quartz Chronograph, obviously for $200, a really good price. So when you stop the chronograph, it does fly back. Everything lines up really nicely. It's just a tachymeter, says right there. And that's really it. Now, dimensions on here, I believe this was around 40 millimeters. I think that the original chronograph that they did was a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, 39.9. It's probably the same at the bezel. Yeah, so case and bezel, I think, line up. So it's definitely a 40 millimeter watch. And then the thickness on here, 12.8 millimeters, and then the lug to lug, which is a true lug to lug because we do not have molded ends on here, 48.2. You get a very sizable crown. There's still the blue protectant on here. It is a signed crown. 6.8 millimeters. So you're getting really nicely, a really nicely sized crown on this watch. As I mentioned, this is the fully loomed dial, so you do get a ton of lume on this watch. The dial is very, very bright. And we will do a loom shot at the end. Let me throw it on my wrist to quickly show you guys how it looks. Also, the case back signed 9.4, and it just says V. It's the VK64 movement on here, 100 meters of water resistance. So all stainless steel case, just the normal stuff that you get. The only thing is, I think I even said this in the unboxing / review that I did when they originally sent the watches over. Just a generic buckle, really, considering the price though, very, very good. And then the really nice cav leather strap with quick release, and it's sort of just a tan leather on the bottom. Very, very nice setup, especially considering this is $200. You really cannot go wrong. Very reliable movement inside. Seiko Meca-Quartz, which obviously gives you that sweep second. So very quickly, let me show you what I have on my wrist. Then we'll do a quick loom shot. Today I have my Accutron. This is a 200 meter dive watch from Accutron. I believe this is the VX is what they call it, the VX 200. Just a really cool Swiss-made diver. That is very, very affordable in the secondary market. It has a really bad pressed clasp diver's extension, something that I don't actually ever use, obviously, but there it is. And here it is on my 7.5 inch. So I have a 7.5 inch wrist. This is a 40 millimeter watch, just below 40 millimeters. And it is a 48 millimeter lug width. And you can see on my 7.5 inch wrist, this wears really, really nicely. I remember when I had those watches in for review, I thought they were very comfortable, and I had 3 of them. I had a salmon dial, the white dial, and then the adventurine dial in as well, which is that sort of glass that looks like the Starry Night. Really cool dial, looks really nice. Let's do a quick Loom shot because the Loom on this is excellent. And I want you guys to see it because it's probably really some of the best Loom for a watch around that $200 price point that I had seen back then. Let's see if it's as good as it was back then. So the Loom definitely does not disappoint on this watch. They loomed everything. So there is a little bit, it looks like there's a ring of Loom that goes around the dial. That's just picking up on the camera. It's actually, the Loom dial is so bright. Everything else is a negative effect. So the indices are not Loom. There are little dots of extra Loom on the dial at each indice. However, the applied indices are not filled with Loom. The logo is not filled with Loom. It's just a negative effect, as I mentioned, so you could see them against that loomed background. Very, very nice. I think that the lettering in the actual chapter ring is loomed, not too bright, but the dial is very, very bright and very liberally applied with Loom, and the hands obviously are loomed as well. Not that they really needed to do that. However, again, you get that sort of negative effect of the outline of the hands that are set against that Loom. So very bright, looks really good. Obviously, for $200, I really don't think you can go wrong with this. If you are in the market for a Meca-Quartz chronograph, this is a very good looking chronograph. The design on here was done very, very well. And I think a lot of people agreed when I did that video. A lot of people really reacted positively to this watch. And a few other reviewers also reviewed this watch, and I think they got a lot of positive feedback as well. Good looking watch at a great price. I think 9.4 really focus in on quality and obviously price. So they're giving you a very good watch. Usually they start out at that $200 range, which is excellent. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of 9.4? This is the second watch, or third watch actually, that I've reviewed from 9.4 on the channel. I think originally was the first watch was the successor, their integrated bracelet watch, and then I reviewed their chronograph. Then this is their updated chronograph, and this is the second video that I've done featuring this updated chronograph, and I have to say I really do like it. It's very, very good looking. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel. I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.